Win.
What's up, gamers?
Episode 100 of the Collecting Weekly podcast is here. We're joined by some of the most handsome gentlemen the internet has ever seen.
That's right.
Me. And then Raynor. It's so good to be here, guys. We have I asked everyone to bring a beverage, so let's crack those bad boys open. We'll have a cold one with the boys. They put it right in the mic.
My Coca-Cola.
What are you guys drinking tonight? Raynor, what are you drinking? You got a
I got Shawster's Mead.
Oh wow.
A little bit of a story behind how I fell in love with this, but I can tell you later.
Dean, what do you got?
Big Red, man.
Steven, what do you got?
Just a nice Dr. Pepper.
Nice. Manny's got I think it was Coca-Cola.
Doing some
Mario, what do you got, buddy?
Newcastle, baby.
Nice. I'm drinking Modelo Michelada. Good stuff. Very
You're
good
drinking
stuff.
blood pressure, boy.
Well, I'm taking my medicine. I'm going to be right at neutral.
You're taking a double dose.
Oh, man. I can't believe we're here at 100 episodes. I feel like it was just yesterday that we were just starting the show, Dean. And we've been through some ups, we've been through some downs, but 100 episodes in, and we finally made it. Our last show.
Congrats, guys.
Last show?
Thanks. No, this isn't the last show.
That's what he said.
Hey, guys, my name is Zack.
I'm Dean.
I'm Manny.
I'm Raynor.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Mario.
Welcome to this special 100th episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right.
We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. I say that a lot, but this is truly a great show. We're going to talk about some new Hot Toys news now that the other half of the world is getting back to normal. We have some background stuff about all of our friendships. We have lots of things to talk about. We have the conclusion of March Madness. But Dean, before we do that, let's get into the world's favorite segment. You want to kick us off?
Yeah, you guys ready for
This
week? Nailed it.
Yeah, that's hard with 6 people, but it was pretty good.
I think I said
that's what she said.
Wow.
We need a metronome.
Yeah, what'd you get to do this week? I ordered something. I haven't got it, but I ordered a Yamato 160 VF1J with super parts. Another Robotech figure, so I'm just waiting for that to come in the mail from Japan. So that's all I got. I haven't even got it yet. So actually, I did finally get my head sculpts from Dark Side Customs, Ian.
Nice.
Dexter Morgan.
Did you ever finish Dexter?
No, in fact, the outfit I was going to buy for Dexter, the
show.
Oh, no. I haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. No, but continue your other story. Go ahead.
The outfit I was going to buy for him, the person is like there's like right when Corona hit, so it was like they were gone from eBay.
Uh-huh.
And then when they finally came back, it's sold out. So,
damn,
I'm like piecing it together elsewhere on eBay.
Nice.
It's kind of annoying, but I finally got my Dexter, and I still have to finish my Bruce Banner. I don't even know if I talked about Bruce Banner on this week.
You got so many secret projects. It's
yeah, I got a bunch, but I'm not really spending the money right now, so they'll take a backseat for a while.
Yeah, Manny, what did you get this week?
I actually picked up a piece that I sold a while back. I picked up the Mezco Michael Myers. Dude, I found it for an amazing price.
Yeah, you stole that thing, dude.
Dude, I didn't have any money. I still don't. I get paid Thursday, but my wife was like, yeah, she got it for me. Dude, I couldn't pass it up. $45.
That's crazy.
I still can't believe it. Yeah, because it goes for like $150 online. And then I also picked up the 7-inch Sam from Trick or Treat by NECA. That thing's amazing. So, yeah.
I think you also had a certain Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that you got as well.
Oh, yes. How can I forget? I just saw Dean the other night. Yeah. Thank you, Zack. And thank you, TC. I got the it's the SH Figure Arts Far From Home Spider-Man. The what is it? What is that suit called?
Tech suit.
Just the tech suit. Yeah, movie promo, or is that the Hot Toys only? I don't know, but yeah, that thing is pretty. That thing is so fun, dude.
Yeah, TC gave it to me, and it was too nice for my collection, so I decided to give it to Manny for working so hard on the show.
Thank you, guys.
Steven, did you get anything cool this week?
I pre-ordered the Jiren. I got the capsule bike. I ordered a Bulma to go with it. I think that's really it for anything that I did this week. Just kind of laying low, seeing what else is going on. I stayed with my order of the Baby Yoda because I don't know. I feel like it's going to be all right. I did see that one picture that was posted on Ox, so it freaked me out a little bit. But
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Settle down. But yeah, that's about it.
What about you, Raynor? Did you get anything cool?
Yeah, I got a little something from one of our local sellers here. I don't know whether you can see that. It's the Steel from Toys R Us.
Who'd you get that from, buddy?
No, Rick Solers.
Nice. That is the
you have
Colossus,
Deadpool?
right?
Yeah, Colossus.
Yeah, that's the Colossus. Yeah, from Deadpool.
Nice.
Do you have a Deadpool figure?
I do.
Nice.
Deadpool 2, I believe.
I think that was mine. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What did you
I
get?
think it was.
I finally pre-ordered the rest of the Mandalorian Hot Toys that I need.
Damn.
So, well, not all of them. I'm still like 2 behind, but most of them. I also collect modern vintage collection Star Wars figures, so I'm kind of going back and filling up some holes on my collection. Just dropped like about a good $600 on an online sale on Saturday, and got a couple of figures that came in today for the DC line.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's been a pretty slow week for me. I got a Gohan World collectible figure, and I'm using the head for a little bit of a kit bash here with one of my old Gohan bodies, and I quite like it. I know Dean was saying it's a little too cartoony, but it is a cartoon after all. I did get my parts for my Joe Exotic 6-scale figure, and the Shulk Tiger came in today. I left it at work like a dummy, so I don't have it for recording today, but I did like the Tiger. And the kit bash is coming along pretty good. And that's pretty much it. It's been a pretty slow week, just a few small pickups. But yeah, like everybody else, I think I'm kind of in a holding pattern right now while we await what's going to happen with this coronavirus. Before we get into news, I did want to thank Watto's Scrapyard for sponsoring this 100th episode of Collecting Weekly. This is our last episode sponsorship for this current contract, so hopefully we'll be able to work out a new one. But they did sponsor the giveaway that we'll do in the middle of the show for a 6-scale head sculpt. And Sean's amazing. Like,
What a hell of a dude.
He had put up on his Facebook outside of all the collecting stuff, but he started producing as a donation face masks for hospitals in his area. And mute the phone, Dean. But what? Okay, well, people mute your phones. He produced I think it was 30 masks, like actual full masks with like a face shield, and as a donation. I think that's just really cool. So big shout out to Sean for that. Very generous with his 3D printing capabilities. But let's get to the news. So Hot Toys put up their Arkham.
Dude, I got 2 head sculpts at the end of the week.
Wait, what?
I said I got 2 head sculpts I need. I'm gonna commission from Watto.
Oh, which ones?
I really want to do a Leslie because I have my Parks and Rec shelf.
And
then you can't have Leslie without Ben, and Ben just wears a suit, so I feel like that'd be really easy to bash.
Yeah, be interesting.
But I got
then you're gonna need Donna, and then
Gary,
April.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Anyway,
what's the pony's name, really quick?
Little Sebastian.
I found one on $60 though.
Worth every penny. Let's get into news though. So Hot Toys put up their Arkham Harley Quinn, coming in at $266, releasing June to September 2021. It's wild. Like, Harley Quinn is DC's Iron Man. Like, she has so many figures, so many different lines. More Harley Quinn Hot Toys at this moment than Hot Toys Darth Vader's. But this does seem to be a pretty cool release. Are any of you guys going to pick this one up?
Yeah, I think I will.
Easy pass.
I need somebody to pose with Mark Hamill's Joker, so I think this will be it.
Dude, hell yeah. It looks pretty good. I like the accessories. I like the bat. The paint of the bat looks really good. The mallet looks fantastic. I haven't played this video game. I've mentioned that a few times, but I mean, it does look, I mean, from what I can tell, pretty accurate. So 266 seems a little steep for a figure like this, but I mean, she does have a lot of accessories. So I mean, I guess that's just how things are going to cost these days.
Really quick.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Mario said Mark Hamill's Joker. Did y'all know that they're coming out with that 7-inch Joker, like from the new DC line that they have? Like, you can find at Target and stuff.
For McFarlane?
Yeah, they're coming out with that Joker and that Batman.
Oh,
That's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited. I need those. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Good to know. That line is really, really impressive, actually, going back to the Batman stuff. I've been tempted to pick up. I know, Manny, you had seen it a few times and it wasn't that great. The
animated series.
Dude, every time I see it, I'm like one YOLO moment away from buying it. Like,
dude,
at least 3 times.
I want it, but the paint on the symbol on the
awful.
bat logo looks it needs to be cleaned up.
It is awful, but we'll see. Now, this photo here by Ryan Kirkwood really caused quite a bit of controversy. We did have this permission to use this image. It's Hot Toys Baby Yoda on display at Secret Base, and my initial reaction was that boy got the Rona. This figure looked awful in this picture, and it's not really Ryan's fault. The way that Secret Base had the lighting set up, it was just way too much light on this figure, and even the best sculpt can look not so great with this much lighting. Some people were saying this is a different sculpt altogether than the one that we've been shown. At least that's what King Zachary was saying. The ear seams look okay in this picture, but in some other pictures from the same display the same day, I felt like the ear seams were a little bit large. I know, Steven, you mentioned you were keeping this pre-order, but I think a lot of people's worries were kind of like settled down once this picture came out, again by Ryan Kirkwood, which shows the lights fixed, and again, the seams there are a little bit big. But what did you guys think about this little bit of controversy in the community? Do you think that this figure is not going to live up to the Hot Toys hype?
I think it will. This is an early prototype. When is it the figure due to ship? End of this year or next year?
I think it's next year.
I think it's too soon to tell. I think
Q1.
Yeah, but Hot Toys usually, for better or for worse, usually sticks pretty close to their prototypes. I think a few times they've made some adjustments, but I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about the way that this looks at this point.
Is this the same one as the other picture? Because the nose looks completely different. I don't know if it was the lighting, but the other one had like a crazy bridge of its nose.
I think it's the lighting. It's like a really harsh shadow.
Yeah.
This should be...
like under certain lighting, I can be a 10. But if you put direct light on
he's a 15.
I'm also a little unsure of the
Your
color. It looks too like aqua.
I don't think the
being
colors are
green.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude, but every
mind the
time I see like the Hot Toys one getting bashed, like always in the comments is like, I'm glad I kept my Sideshow one. But honestly, I mean, this is just me. I don't think Sideshow is going to deliver something nearly as good as this. They're going to screw the pooch, and everyone's going to be pissed. Just watch.
Yeah.
It depends who's making the production piece, though, because Legacy is signed on for the paint and the outfit. So Sideshow's just doing the marketing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I canceled mine. I got my NRD back, my Sideshow one. So at this point, I'm glad I canceled because I have the benefit of being able to see both of these figures come to fruition and make an informed choice. But I'm even more glad that I canceled because now I know there's other options like 6 scale and quarter scale coming out. So I can pick the best one that'll fit my display. And right now, I don't really think I have the space for a life-size figure, even though it's only like 15 to 18 inches tall. But I certainly am glad I canceled, being that we're in the middle of pandemic. So Just not the best time to be having a $300+ collectible hanging over my head. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Iron Geek 37 says, "How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's healthy and well." Gerald says, "Congratulations on the 100th episode." Jason Nelson says, "The other one is Dobby in cosplay." And Danny Lee says, "The first shot was Cher, baby." And then Jason says he got one thing that doesn't count. He made a final payment on Nebula, so waiting for a ship notification in 8 months. So it's not too bad. Lord of the Rings put out their Faramir images. I don't think it went up for pre-order just yet. I really think this looks like Shia LaBeouf. I'm sorry, but this is not good. A lot of people were complaining it didn't have rooted hair. It's important to note that this is not in Asmus's crown line, so this is just their standard line, not getting the quote artist treatment. But look at this. This is Shia LaBeouf. Like I can't unsee this. And a few people agreed. Damien said I was not correct, but I think they should just post this picture on their page. I think this looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Are you guys gonna get this? Are you guys any Lord of the Rings fans in the house?
Oh man, I love Lord of the Rings, but I can't jump down that rabbit hole in 6 scale.
Yeah,
my sentiments exactly.
This line is too deep right now.
Yeah, if I was to get one figure, it's the Crown Gandalf. But again, it's just not a good time with the way the world is right now to be slapping down $350.
If I was gonna pick one Lord of the Rings figure, this guy is way down the list.
Third
I'd
page.
probably pick an Aragorn, but I haven't seen one
Dude,
that
hell
I think is like that lives up to the character. Like the sculpt is off. Like I've just never seen a good one.
Yeah.
So I've just never wanted to buy a Lord of the Rings figure, which, like I said, I love Lord of the Rings, so that's saying a lot. But yeah, this figure is just like unless all you collect is Lord of the Rings and you've gotten every figure in the line, I don't see anyone picking this up except maybe the actor who played
or Shia LaBeouf.
Or Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Or Shia LaBeouf, yeah. It's like, why bother? Like, he's almost... Does he even do anything important in the movie? I don't remember.
It's been so long that I've seen the trilogy.
He almost gets burned alive. That's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just kind of like I don't want to say a throwaway character. I'll probably piss someone off, but like...
It's for the completists out there.
Yeah, it's like so far down the list. Exactly. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan, but news is news, and we will take what we can get. And this is the biggest news of the week. Sean Fierwaddle Scrapyard put out 3 different head sculpts of Joe Exotic from Tiger King. I know not everyone's the biggest fan of this idea, but Sean is making a killing on these head sculpts so far. We have the cowboy hat, no hat.
Man, obviously there's a market for it.
Yeah, there's cowboy hat, no hat, and the auxiliary exclusive. You have to be a member of our Collecting Weekly Auxiliary Facebook group to purchase this, but it's the just the regular ball cap that he wears in almost every episode. So these are really cool. And he also did a Carol Baskins. Yeah, not the best, but I'm excited. I got my Joe Exotic Kit Bash coming along. Dean, I know you said you liked the show, but you wouldn't purchase this version of the character. And
any version.
Yeah, I respect that. That's your prerogative, but I think it'd be funny to put the Joe Exotic head on different figures in my collection and just stick around with it, take some fun photos. And
yeah, I did that with Deadpool. I put him on like everybody I could.
Yeah, and Sean was nice enough to hook us up for sponsoring the show. He hooked us up with some head sculpts of this in exchange for some paintwork. So win-win in my book. Dean, let's get into figure arts now. Figure arts, Final Battle Jiren. There was actually a lot of figure arts news, but Final Battle Jiren did go up for pre-order, coming in at $60. And I think this looks fantastic. What do you think?
Hell yeah. Dude, okay, so I bought the first Jiren. And we had to film a video for our collection room. So it's like, oh, let me rearrange my Dragon Ball shelf. So I'm shuffling everything around. Well, I had kept my Jiren on my desk. So when I went to my collection,
oh no,
I had the Dragon Stars there.
That
is such a garbage figure. Like in my head, I was like, I have a Jiren on the shelf. Like it's good enough. It's not that bad compared to Jiren, Figure Arts one. But holy shit, dude, it is like it's so god awful. So like I know like whatever they come out with is just gonna be a banger, and this looks like it's gonna be a certified crispy banger.
I liked in the last show, Dean, when you did that nice little pause and you're like, I think it's a slam dunk. I think that's going to be our new phrase from episode 100 on. I think it's exactly how I felt when I saw this.
What did I say that regarding?
Wait, what?
What did I say regarding?
I think it was Krennic, maybe? I don't remember. It was something in the show, but I just was very taken aback by how gorgeous your voice sounded saying that. Okay. Bulma Capsule 9 bike. We've talked about this the last 2 weeks. It finally went up for pre-order. Comes in at $72 from Big Bad Toy Store, releasing October 2020. It does come with a static Goku statue that can display inside the bike. And then great call there, Dean. And then a skirt piece for Bulma. Really great price. This is their first vehicle. It looks very detailed. The paintwork looks very clean. Steven, you mentioned earlier you picked up pre-orders for Jiren and the bike. How's your figure art collection coming along?
It's coming. So I've got probably about 8-9 figures right now. And I feel like that's probably a line that I'm going to kind of stick with. I know Shauna got the other form of Frieza. I forgot which line that was, but yeah. And it doesn't look bad, but I feel like I'm just going to stick to this one particular line because I like everything that they're putting out. So I'm pretty excited about this coming in.
I only stick with Dragon Stars to fill holes in my shelf.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, that cell looked pretty good.
The cell's actually really good, but the androids, like the androids are almost $200 each. It's like, oh shit, forget that. I'll just buy $200 Dragon Stars. And that Frieza is exceptionally good, but it's like I already have Final Form Frieza. Like I don't really need base form. So
yeah. Going back to Aragorn, Danny Lee says they're coming out with a Aragorn in the future, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. These two were premium Bandai exclusives. It's their new web store that they launched, and they are a little bit cheaper on their web store, but honestly, fuck the web store because you have to pay in full for those. The price for these is $88 for each one.
It's too expensive.
They're coming out November 2020. Like I said, they are cheaper on Bandai's premium website.
Yeah, but Zamasu
price.
Fusion Zamasu came with an extra arm, a flight stand piece. It came with a bunch of shit, and it was not $80.
No, you're missing.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're missing. So the premium Bandai site, these are like $50, $55.
Oh,
Big Bad Toy Store upcharge. No, Big Bad Toy Store upcharges them to $80.
Yeah, fuck
but
that.
You don't have to pay in advance.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pay an extra.
I'm just saying I don't support premium Bandai. I'm not gonna plug them too hard because I think it's fucking stupid. You have to pay up front. But that's what they're doing, and that's what these figures are. So the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito 2.0 and Zamasu. Let's get into delays. So Sensation Collectibles did delay their Brawn until the end of May. A few weeks ago, they kind of optimistically put that things were shipping at the end of the month, but a lot of the global shipping shut down. I actually ordered something from 16 Kit over the weekend, and within an hour of my order, they canceled the order and said that right now the only option for shipping would take several months to arrive, and there's not very good success rate delivering packages. So definitely something that's affecting a lot of things. Like I was looking for 6-scale officer boots, and we'll talk about that a little later in the show, and eliminating China from the searches really cut into what I could order, and I really was not too keen on that. Have you guys had any experience with any of your orders being canceled because of all the virus stuff? I know, Dean, you said that you had a seller that shut down operations while this was going on.
Yeah, I had a few items that I was looking at to order, and then it was like out of town until like whatever day, and then like that day would come, and then it would just be extended and extended. It's like, all right, I'll just look somewhere else. But yeah, and then whenever you find an item that you're looking for that's not in China, it's considerably more expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this body is like $15 from China, but these dudes are on like 20, 25.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know that's like a $5 difference or even a 10, but when it's a $15, that's like, 50%, 100% more.
Yeah.
So
I've had
it's really frustrating.
I've had a couple of things get delayed because of this myself, and it just sucks, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Did that guy ever ship your thing, Raynor? The one that you said you asked me about yesterday?
No, I'm gonna wait till about mid to late day tomorrow, and then I'm gonna send him a message and be like, "Hey, what's the deal? You've had at this point what is it? 8 days, 6 of them business." So
Yeah.
That Bulma I got's coming from China, and I'm a little concerned. It's probably going to sit in the garage for a couple weeks just to quarantine itself.
You ordered Bulma from China?
It was on Amazon, and it's shipping from China.
Jesus Christ. Mario, have you had anything affected by the coronavirus that you've been ordering?
Just delays. Just all the delays from
figures you pre-order.
Yeah, pretty much, but nothing canceled yet. No.
Not too bad. This figure was released today, the Marvel Future Fight Punisher. Seems to look pretty good. The official blogger pictures went up today, and then the secret base announcement went up as well. So if you ordered this figure, if you're overseas, you'll probably be getting it soon. If you're in the United States, I think Sideshow's really slowing down their shipping operations. So it'll probably be a good while before people see this. But yeah, this figure is released. Dean, let's do our giveaways. Do you want to do the sponsor tag while I get these giveaways pulled up?
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Watto Scrapyard. Filling holes in your shelves you didn't even know you needed filled since, I don't know, how long has he been?
1973.
Oh, sure. Yeah, whatever you need. Parts for your Kenner vehicles, Hasbro vehicles, even down to little rockets and missile launchers, all the way up to head sculpts, 3 3/4, 6-inch, and 12-inch scales. So he's got it all, whatever you're looking for, and has the ability to make whatever you're looking for if you have a special request. So just hit him up.
He is good people, and his rates are very reasonable. I think Steven, you just commissioned a head sculpt from him. We don't want to talk about prices on the show, but did you think it was pretty reasonable for the work that you got done?
Yeah, it was extremely reasonable. I even, added a little on top of it because I thought it was so reasonable, and I appreciated all of his hard work.
Damn, Steven with the sauce right there. Okay,
Damn,
so let's do
yeah.
Can you talk about it or no?
Yeah, I mean, you might have saw one of the ones that he had posted. It was a Ahsoka, but I had him do a season 7 final kind of image of Ahsoka. So that should be he'll probably be posting that pretty soon because it was a lot of collaboration, but I think he nailed it.
Nice.
All right, let me find this post that I put up today. Okay, so we are drawing for the head sculpt, and the winner for the head sculpt was number 6, Greg Arrington, won the Watto Scrapyard head sculpt. So Greg, congratulations. Give him a round of applause. Episode 100.
No, Greg wins too much stuff.
That's because he posts a lot. He posts.
I refuse to clap for Greg.
He posts a lot.
I'm just kidding.
Jason Nelson won the drawing for the that Steven sponsored, the Collecting Weekly shirt from our TeePublic. So congratulations, Jason Nelson.
Hey.
Big round of applause there. And then Mario, how many Kyber crystals were we drawing for? I know you said you had a few you were going to give away.
4.
4. Oh shit.
4 Kyber crystals. All red.
Stephen Krett, you won a crystal. Congratulations. You are on the show with us.
Hey, there he is. He's right there.
Number 5, Cliff Rambo won one as well. You said 4, right, Mario?
4, yeah.
I got one as well. I can plug in.
Devin Silva. Here, let me heart these people so I can go back to these. So Greg won something. Jason Nelson, Stephen Krett. Almost everyone won something. Oh my gosh. And then I think there's one more drawing we have to do. Let's see. That is Greg already won something. So Greg doesn't need 2 somethings. And then let's do number 2. Who's number 2? Jason Veals. So congratulations to those who won. Let us know once you've heard the show. Let us know that you won, and we'll work on getting it sorted. So congratulations. Give a round of applause for our 100th episode giveaway.
Giveaways.
Wait, what?
I said that's a lot of giveaways. Good
I
stuff.
know, like Oprah Winfrey over here. So thanks again to Watto Scrapyard
Who wants cereal?
Now we mentioned this several times, but with the way news has been in this hobby, we're having to make our own news. And the other day in Ox After Dark, we made this beautiful tier list of the Star Wars movies, and I wanted to go over it with the people listening, and also, just have a discussion with some of the people watching the live show, because we have more people listening now than were at 2 a.m. the other day. So. We'll go down the tiers. So S tier, this is the best of the best. We had Star Wars: A New Hope and Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back. Do you guys still feel like that's a pretty good spot for those films?
Yeah. My reasoning was culturally changed the landscape of movies.
It's fair.
So like, it's really hard to hold a candle. It's hard to even think of anything else that does that quite the same way.
Collecting Weekly?
Sure. But we're not a movie, so.
Oh, we are going to make a movie.
Okay. Yeah, so like those are almost untouchable. Like the biggest twist in movie history, people parody for years coming, out of Empire, and then just the way they made A New Hope, and that with Industrial Light and Magic, and they're still like a powerhouse today. Like everybody goes to ILM for whatever they need. So like really, like they paved the way for modern cinema.
Yeah. In the A tier bracket, we have Star Wars Rogue One. I think that's a great place to put it. Probably the best of the Disney movies, in my opinion.
For sure.
Some of the best Vader scenes, some of the best characters, some of the best Stormtrooper designs. As Dean would say, I think it's a slam dunk.
Oh yeah, slam dunk.
Yeah, we're putting that on the t-shirts. B tier, we have Star Wars Episode 3, Return of the Jedi, and Solo. I think that's a pretty fair place to put those. I tend to fluctuate between an A and a B on Solo based on how I'm feeling when I watch the movie. But I think B is a pretty safe place to put it. I don't think it's as good as Rogue One, nor do I think it's in a Rise of Skywalker or Force Awakens tier.
Yeah, for me, all three of these movies are just really fun.
That's a good way to put it, Dean.
Like they're all really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my take.
In C tier, we have Episode 7, Force Awakens, and Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Again, I can kind of give TROS a B at any given time. I think it's a good film. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of plot holes.
Go ahead,
Mario. I think this was one that you were pretty firm at it being a C when we were recording.
No, I went D. I think
really? Okay,
I went D.
Yeah.
I think given what he had to work with, I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think both of these movies are so inoffensive. That's why we gave him a C. Like, Episode 7 is just A New Hope. So, whatever A New Hope elements that were good, they just put in this movie. So it's like anything that made it good is because of a different movie. So it's hard to give it more credit. Yeah. It's still fun to watch. It's a good movie. Mm-hmm. And then the Rise of Skywalker, it's just also kind of like, it's just undoing the garbage dumpster fire that was The Last Jedi. So it's also just super inoffensive. Like,
yeah,
I think it could have been a lot better, but it definitely could have been a lot worse.
DA210 in the chat says, "What's up, guys? Big shout out to DA. He was watching our full Dungeons and Dragons stream the whole time and putting questions, making suggestions. Really appreciate the interaction.
Yeah, the 210 was a day one.
We were like at 3 a.m, so it was.
That's my buddy Eric. He's a good guy.
Hell yeah, dude! Tell him to come on one day. Maybe we can have him on the stream for Live and Let Dice. Here we had Episode 1 and Episode 2. Sean Fear says Phantom is way off. So Sean, let us know what you think Phantom should be. But yeah, these are films that I am just not super keen on. Dean, what do you think about these films?
I like episode 2 more than a D.
Yeah.
But I conceded. I was like, yeah, that's fair. Like, I could definitely see why people have a problem with it. And all the cool shit is literally in the last like 10 minutes. So it's like I gotta sit through a whole movie to get to the good stuff. So I could definitely see why someone would want it in a D tier. It's just not super great. I also think that because of Clone Wars, it makes that movie better. But without Clone Wars, it almost doesn't hold any water. So I think that's fair.
Yeah, all good points. And then F tier, we have the worst film in my opinion. Sean says real quick. He says tier B for episode 1 because of Darth Maul. But The Last Jedi, F tier. I think that was a pretty universal agreement there between all of us.
Yeah.
Steven and Manny, you guys weren't here when we made this list, but what do you think of this list? What would you change if this was your tier list?
I made the list with you, fool.
Yeah, Manny was there.
Oh, you were on Oxap? Oh, okay, yeah, because you weren't on the beginning.
I think I was
Raynor
the only one that liked Last Jedi. I think it's a pretty okay movie.
Yeah, you were a big fan of that film, and
I mean,
you know, that is your if you like what you like. I think you always mention that, Manny, and you know I don't think I can convince you otherwise, and the same way around. But
I've
Steven,
tried. Been more convincing him.
what do you think about this tier list, Steven?
I think it's pretty solid. I personally was a pretty big fan of Rise of Skywalker, so I could see it in that B class. But everything else, I have no problem with where it's at. I pretty much agree with everything.
My man.
With that note, let me ask y'all a question. Where would y'all insert maybe Rebels and Clone Wars, the animated series, within
Rebels
good,
S plus tier, and
Rebels and S plus.
no, I'm sorry. Clone Wars S.
Oh,
plus.
I was like, just end the stream. Now.
Rebels, I would say
I don't hate
B
Rebels.
minus or C. Rebels is weird. Rebels gets super dark.
Yeah.
But then the next episode it'll be like a super happy fun time kid episode.
Yeah, it's a little there's always like a really convenient like scapegoat, like, oh my god, we're surrounded, the Empire's gonna get us. Oh, this cave is this magical entrance that we could just vanish and they'll never see it. It's like, okay,
dude.
come on.
Are you talking about Rebels or are you talking about Rise of Skywalker right there?
I guess both. So it's just kind of like, okay, like if you're gonna have the Empire surround them and it's gonna be like this face-off, like I want to see that. Don't give them a magical gateway to nowhere that transports them to the other side of the planet. Like it's so stupid.
Iron Knight says, I'm probably the only person completely clueless right now. I haven't seen any of them. I hope you're talking about the shows, because if you haven't seen any Star Wars movies, my man, we got to send you some Blu-rays or something. Gerald says, I like the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. See, at least for me, maybe that's just sentimental value, though. In my opinion, every Star Wars movie is decent, with some being better than others, but I love every single one of them.
Yeah, like I said, I was fine with putting Attack of the Clones higher, but I'm not the only one making the list, so I conceded. I was like, yeah, that's fair. But man, Clone Wars easily B, and then I guess I put Rebels at a C because it is fun and there are some really good episodes, and it does get good and it ties in so beautifully with the original trilogy. It's just sometimes it's a little too happy.
See, if it were me, I'd put it at like a B plus, like in between A and B. It's not quite A quality, but it's not quite as low as B for me.
Which one?
Rebels.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Steven, give it a B minus.
That's fair.
Steven, where are you at in Rebels right now?
And the same. Oh, where am I at? I'm in episode or season about midway through season 2, I think.
Noise.
So I don't know.
Thrawn hasn't shown up yet, right?
And it just hasn't stopped. So I don't even know where I'm at.
How many seasons are there? 4 or 5?
4.
There's 4.
4. Well, no, technically there's there's 4. I'm thinking of Clone Wars. God damn, there's too much Star Wars right now.
Yeah, Clone Wars has 7 now, technically.
Yeah. Let's get into Vader stuff. I had a few questions about my Vader. I wanted to show some head sculpts and some parts that I use for my custom and some parts that I recommend that you use for yours if you're going to be kit bashing for different Vaders. So I have here the 3 kind of like main Empire Vader helmets right now. So there's the Sideshow on the top left, the Kyoto on the top right, and then the Hot Toys on the bottom right, and then the actual helmet in the bottom left. And these are the parts that I like to use. So from the Hot Toys Vader, I like the gloves. I like the shoulder piece. I know, Dean, this was one that you didn't really think it was that impressive at first, but once you saw it in person, you were pretty blown away by it.
Yeah, it's a cut above.
I like a slam dunk even. I like the Hot Toys lightsaber, the belt buckle, and the belt itself, not including the belt boxes, and then the body and the boots from the Empire Vader.
So pretty much like everything.
No, well, except for the helmet, which is kind of a big part. From the A New Hope Vader, I like the bodysuit. The reason why I don't like the Empire bodysuit is because the Empire bodysuit, this box is sewn into the chest, so you cannot rearrange it or.
Is it the Hot Toys or the Sideshow A New Hope?
This is the Hot Toys A New Hope.
Oh, okay.
From the Sideshow 3.0 Vader, this cod piece is ridiculously good. It's like one of the best, like the most accurate pieces of Vader, in any scale. It's literally like an exact representation of the one used for filming. And then for the Kyoto Vader, I like the belt boxes, the chest box, and the helmet. I think those are all really good parts. And then from Hasbro Titanium series, I like this dome. And Dean, this is the dome you have on yours, right?
Yeah, I basically have the same head setup as you.
Okay, and then this is what that yields. And I just realized I put the same picture twice. What a noob.
What an idiot.
Idiot.
What an absolute loser.
All right, we're going to stop the stream now. The picture was so nice, I had to put it twice. So,
okay, I will say this, just in case anyone's watching this, like, I don't see a difference at all between the Vaders, because I also thought the exact same thing for a really long time, because you would go on and on and on and on about, like, oh, this cod piece is different, and like this thing is this and this and this. And I was like, dude, it looks like Vader. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sit there and take the time to examine and analyze and really break it down, there are so many little differences that make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Zack is Lord Vader.
Yeah, like it. For the longest time, I didn't think there was a difference between the 3 movie helmets and stuff, but there really is.
Yeah.
Or even like Return of the Jedi to Return of the Revenge of the Sith. Like,
dude, I cannot stand Revenge of the Sith's helmet. It's too the neck is too long or something.
It's awful. There's it takes all the charm out of Vader because Vader's helmet was hand sculpted. It was very rough. It was polished, obviously, but watching the behind the scenes for episode 3, they sculpted half a helmet and then just scanned it and then copied it and flipped it, and it's like
Can I say something really quick?
Yes, please.
It's a I guess if you want to compare like the Vader, like all his like body and like his costume and stuff, it's pretty similar to Michael Myers. The way the original 78 version, has a specific look, and then after that, they couldn't get it right, or it just looks completely different. So when someone else is like,
like, oh yeah, it's Michael Myers, but to Manny, it's like, no, that's H20 or that's H3.
Yeah, and I don't have the Myers eye, because for a long time, Manny, you were kind of saying like, oh, it's just a Vader, and it wasn't until you started talking about Myers and like the difference between like the H1, H2, H3, H4. Like, you showed a Myers, and I was like, dude, that looks fucking awesome. And you were like, dude, this is literally the worst thing I've ever seen. And
right? Dude, always. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's because you have a very distinct eye for what you collect. And Gerald says, I want to have the Ultimate 1/6 Vader, but IDK were to get all the parts, so I'm probably going to fold and buy a stock ESB Vader. I think if you get the stock ESB Vader and just swap the head for Kyoto with the Hasbro Dome, I think you got a really, really good Vader. He also asked, how long did it take you guys to build your Vaders? Quite a while. I have 2 Vaders that are pretty identical. It took me probably about a year to build, to source all the parts. So...
Dude, I saw that
he would order like 10 different pairs of boots before he found the one that he liked.
Yeah. So, or every dome that I could find and then try them out and then every
Yeah.
helmet I could find, shoulder
I
armor.
think that's why it took you so long to finish it, but to build it, I mean, what? Just a few weeks if you really know what you're looking for.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you have that recipe, just a few weeks.
Yeah, my Vader took not nearly as long because Zack is already like halfway through.
Yeah, I did all the research and I had all the parts.
And mine is different enough that it's not so it's not just like a copy paste of Zack's.
Yeah,
but
because my Vader is actually height accurate. So from the bridge of the nose or like the eyes to the feet, and then top of the dome to the feet, is accurate to the actual like person that was in the suit.
Right.
Dean's
mine
Vader is like really, really tall.
Yeah, mine's like
Yeah,
almost like
I will say, I went into a comic shop like 2 months ago, and I saw the ESB Vader, the Hot Toys, in person, and like I really liked it. I don't know, like it just it looks so menacing. I guess with the base and stuff.
Dude,
yeah, it's a good looking figure.
Mario, you have the quarter scale Vader, and are there any changes you're thinking to make to that one? Or are you pretty happy with the way it is?
I'm happy with the way it is. I mean, I can understand and appreciate what you guys are doing, modifying your Vaders, but I'm more of a straight out of the box guy. I'll fuss with it a little bit just to get everything looking right.
Am I the only one that can't hear him?
Wait, can you really not hear me?
Yeah, I could hear him.
Here, let me drop you and bring you back in. Can you hear Mario now?
Check.
Say something.
Check.
No. Dean, tell me what he's saying. It's okay.
Check.
It's okay. Go ahead. I'll just nod and say yeah and no.
Do sign language while he's talking.
Gerald says, can you swap out Vader domes and helmets, i.e. changing the ESB helmet to the A New Hope one? Most of the ball joints do work, so you can take the entire helmet assembly, the dome, and the mask and swap them out. Though I don't really know.
think it works on the Rogue One. I had like a itty bitty little.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that because that doesn't really hinder me. I just find a way around if that doesn't work.
Zack will drill a fucking head sculpt the second he gets it.
Dean's seen it happen. Yeah, these are the same pictures. I messed up.
Dude, literally, he bought a Rogue One Vader, which at the time was really hard to find. Or not hard to find, but they were selling out and they were getting expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to his apartment and he had just busted out of the box and then just like cracked the dome off of it like nothing. And I was like panicking on the inside, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this."
And then it turned out great. It was a great.
It did, but holy shit, it really messed with my anxiety.
Yeah,
Zach, I will say that the weathering that you did on my New Hope Vader is pretty crispy, and every time I see that thing, I fall in love.
Manny's Vader is the best Vader because mine. Dean's mentioned this before, but mine aren't that fragile. But certainly, like if you handle it like a normal Hot Toys, you have to be like a little bit more careful. But Manny's is like the most simplest. Like it's just the Vader with a little bit of extra weathering and then a glove swap. And that to me, because I really like the Empire look personally. But if you're going for a true A New Hope, all you need to do is get the stock Vader, swap the gloves, or just get the Tarkin 2-pack and do a little bit more weathering to it. And you.
I also swapped it out. I swapped out the belt for the version 2.
Yes, because the hook was on the wrong. It was way too far back, and then the belt box weren't as weathered. So
I do need a new cape, to be honest. Also, I don't know.
That Tarkin 2-pack also has the wrong lightsaber.
Does it?
Oh, does it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It does.
I have no idea what he's saying. I'm just going to be like this.
The Tarkin 2-pack has an Empire lightsaber, but the version 1, A New Hope Vader that came out with the funky wrist guard.
No way, dude. I don't believe you.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Really?
that's an accurate New Hope lightsaber.
How'd you get it so big? With 2 hands.
Tarkin 2-pack Vader has the wrong lightsaber.
So Tarkin 2-pack Vader has the wrong lightsaber. I would never have guessed that. I've only ever seen it from.
If you look at the Empire version versus the Tarkin 2-pack, they're virtually the same thing. As the lightsaber is right.
Oh,
but
okay.
the version 1 is more movie accurate.
Interesting. That's good to know. That is very good to know. I guess you learn something new every day. So let's
is Steven muted also?
I was just messing with you, dude.
Oh god damn it.
I was like, what the heck is he doing?
You are wild. So grinds my gears. I don't think we've done a real grinds my gears for a while, but Dean, you and I and the rest of the team, we always try to push ourselves to be a little bit better week to week or month to month. And I was 100% sure we were going to change the game with the Tascam US32. It's a soundboard that can add live effects to your mix. I bought it. It's a little, not too expensive, but money's kind of tight right now. And this thing was fucking awful. It honestly, like, I just wanted to break it. I freaking hate this thing. So it works great if you're someone that podcasts on your own and you're not streaming live. But when you stream live and you have another person on the other end, this thing was just like anything Dean would say would just get put into the mix twice. It was distracting for him because it would hear his own audio layered on top while he's speaking. This thing, I spent hours on the phone with Tascam, with the company I bought it from, trying to get this thing to work. And I just have to say, at the end, it was not worth it. I got the Zoom to work with my computer, which is one of the main reasons I bought this, because I couldn't get that to work, but I finally get that situated. Big shout out to Sweetwater's technical support. But yeah, Tascam says that the double addition of the audio is an intentional feature, which makes no sense for a streaming interface. And I have to say, it was very stressful. What's that, Dean?
I said, let me guess, they sell an adapter that gets rid of it.
No, you have to buy the bigger version to get the feature to turn that off, which is
exactly.
like 4 times as expensive. Yep. So all I'm trying to do is just make the show a little bit better for the people at home listening. And now I have to return it. I have to take a loss on the return, and really, really disappointed, Dean. I just in the interest of trying to be a little bit better, and really stressed myself out all day Sunday. I was in a bad mood because I could not get this thing to work for Live and Let Dice.
Well, luckily, no one's even coughing. So
yeah, I really wanted the third button. Anytime someone coughed, I could press it, and then it would be Cardi B saying "coronavirus." That's all I wanted. All I wanted was to have our intro, the new this week, and then "Coronavirus" by Cardi B playing.
You would have been disappointed anyway.
Wait, what's that?
You would have been disappointed anyway. No one's coughing.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Let's talk about the origins of the show. This is our 100th episode. It's time to get a little sappy again. But I've known you guys for quite a while. Steven, I don't have our origin story in this show because it's many moons ago, and
it's not important to you. I get it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We met through an organization for marine conservation, Steven and I, many moons ago. I think it was like 8 years ago. This is Dean's Dean and I's first Facebook interaction. So Dean had just bought. Actually, Dean, tell the story of what you got here.
Yeah, so I've been looking into getting a 1/6 Boba Fett for a while. I've been looking online, and I never found one I wanted to spend the money on, price wise. And I was new to the collection, so I didn't really know what Sideshow was, or Hot Toys, or version 1, version 2. I didn't know any of that. I just wanted a 12-inch Boba Fett because I thought it'd be cool. And there was a comic book store that used to be down the street called Alma City Comics. And I want to say it had been relatively new. It had been less than like a year old at this point.
Yeah.
And they had a sale. I want to say it was Labor Day. What's in July?
4th of July.
4th of July. I'm just kidding.
It was July. It was July 2nd. It was a 4th of July sale.
Was it? I don't remember. Yeah. Okay, so let's just say it was a 4th of July sale. And I was like, oh, I'll go and see what they have. Like I posted, I didn't want to spend anything more than like $30-$40. So I was just like, let me go see what like Black Series they have, or vehicles or whatever. And I went, and they had this there, and he had one on display. And And I was looking at it, and I was like, "Hey, can I see that on the counter?" And so he showed it to me on the counter, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's like actual tubes. The cape can move. Like I had never seen a figure like that." Because my experience with 12-inch figures is like the old Kenner and Hasbro ones with like plastic, like rubber armor, and they look goofy. So this was like, holy shit, I've never seen anything like this before. Actually has braids, like he's supposed to. Like it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, how much is it? He's like, oh, it's this much. And then I was like, well, is this included in your sale? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, how much is it going to be after tax? So it was like 170.
Yeah.
I think it was a little cheaper than that. I just rounded it up. I think it was like 168 or something. And I was like, damn, like I can't find one that cheap anywhere. So fuck it, let me buy it. So I bought it, and then I posted it on the Almo Stash bin where pretty much all of us met, except Raynor. I met him at work. Or
I don't think I met you through.
No, I met you.
I think
I added you
just
to the
person. Yeah.
You
added me to the stash bin too.
Yeah, I added everyone to the stash bin. This is all thanks to Adon, who should be here, but
yeah, listen to Butterfly Effect episode if you want to hear Adon.
Yeah, we've had Adon on before, right? We talked about.
We need to have Adon on again.
Yeah, I love that guy. He works nights now though, so.
Well.
Anyway,
well,
I posted it on the stash bin. I was like, "Hey, look how fucking cool this is! Like, super awesome!" And then you commented because you were also in the 6 scale, and I was like the only person posting it.
And I said, "Damn, did they have any other 1/6 scale figures? How much did it come out to?" And essentially, at that time, I was wanting to buy this exact figure. I had already bought from the same store the Hot Toys version. I was looking to go to the Sideshow because I thought it was a little bit better. I still think it is at this point. And I ended up finding a deal. And funny enough, Raynor was the one that bought my Hot Toys Boba Fett. And Dean, you gave him a ride.
Yeah,
We had already been talking. We'd already slid into each other's DMs. And you were like, yeah, I'll go out there. I want to meet this guy. And we started a beautiful friendship.
It was kind of funny. This is just when shortly after me and Dean met, and I was looking at catching multiple buses to come out to you. I was bound and determined to pick up this hot toy, and Dean's like, "No, screw that. Let me give you a ride." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I met Raynor at HEB, and he's just like a big dude. You can't tell because he's sitting down, but how tall are you? 6'5". 6'5". Okay, he's a big guy. So we're outside pushing carts, and I was like, "Hey man, did you play any sports?" Like, because I used to play football, I just assumed. He's like, "No, I never played anything." I was like, "Oh, okay." So we kind of just chit chat, and then we had a mutual friend, and he's like, "Dude, this guy's into Star Wars." I was like, "Oh no shit, I love Star Wars." So we just hit it off doing that, and then I started taking Raynor toy hunting. So at like 2 a.m, we would just start hitting the Walmarts.
I remember. And
so I want to say it's because I bought this Boba Fett that he wanted one.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I saw this and I was like, holy crud, I got to get in on this. And then Zachary posted his and I was like, oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, so Raynor was like, I got to take like 3 buses to get to him. And I was like, well, I want to meet him anyway and pick his brain about 6 scale because I knew nothing about it. So I was like, I'll just take you. And then we ended up staying at your house for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a quick meet outside, but I was very charmed by your beautiful faces. And we went inside. Like I said, we talked for like 2 hours. And
I remember it was a huge problem. Every time I would go to your house, if it was for something quick, it would be 2 hours that we would stay there.
Yeah.
And I think I told you one time, like, dude, I cannot stay here. Like, I have to go. And I still ended up staying.
Yeah, we had a good time. And, we started the show and we're on our 3rd iteration, but this one seems to have stuck. And Seth was supposed to be on today, but he had a little bit of a home emergency with his water main. But this is the post where I met Seth on Tashi Station. So Tashi Station has been a big part of how we've met a lot of our friends. and same thing. He was selling something, and I commented, and we ended up hitting it, meeting up and having a good time. And from Dean, I met Manuelo, and
Sorry, hold on. My power came back on. So
Almost the same way.
Yeah. So
Mandy and I went to. It was May 4th, so Star Wars Day at the Disney Store.
Was that
it
the
was
one
for
I
the
went with you?
prototype Boba Fett.
Yeah, it was the Boba Fett one.
Yeah, I remember.
I want to say Don went with us too. Did he? Maybe not.
I
Here it
think.
is.
yeah. Okay, hang on, Manny. Let me solo cam you real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the powers.
Dude, everybody started rushing back in.
All that Rona.
Beautiful Vader, dude.
Beautiful, Manny. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Only Vader I like more than mine.
Iron Geek says, I wish I could have met y'all when I lived in Texas. Well, you can still meet us when this is all over. You can come down. We'll love to have you. But yeah, so that's a little bit how Collecting Weekly got started. I know we're getting a little sappy here, but good friends that we've known for a long time. And then we met Mario through our show and through the Six Kill Scavengers podcast. And he's
I met Steven through Zack.
Well,
and it's funny because Steven was actually at my birthday party like many years ago, and you were there too, Dean.
In your backyard?
Yeah, my parents' backyard.
Yeah, Jason was there too.
He was, yeah, Jason. Also.
Okay, well, shoot, I didn't even realize that now.
And I was like, holy crap, that's Dean in the background that I didn't even notice.
One of my favorite pictures where I was like this, and then he's like, hey, that's Dean in the background.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
March Madness has limped to the finish. I'm over March Madness. This is a good thing this year. A lot of people wanted to do it, and a lot of those people didn't even vote in the finals. The finals came down to DX 17/18 Darth Maul and MMS 500 Iron Man. Dean, can you give me a round of applause or a drum roll, rather, please?
A round of applause.
The winner of March Madness with 60% of the final vote is
Yes,
Hot Toys Iron Man Mark 7.
Yes,
actually, Jason Nelson at the pool party, he did bring sangria, and it was fucking fantastic.
It was really good sangria.
It was like expert
I
level.
was driving, so I only had like half a cup.
Mario, what did you think about March Madness? What do you think about our winner this year, Mario?
Well deserved. This Iron Man is so packed, so many different display options.
I don't believe he said that.
No, it's really good. I think it's Darth Maul won
this
what?
guy. This guy's hilarious.
Wait, can you really not hear?
Manny,
I swear
you
to
hear me?
God that my whole collection blows up. I cannot hear him.
Hang on, Manny. Leave the stream completely and then use the link and come back in. Maybe that'll fix it.
Okay.
Poor Manny.
Yeah.
He's upside down too.
Steven, what about you? What do you think about this figure?
I mean, it's the one I voted for, so I really enjoyed it, and I think it deserved a win out of the two that were there.
Agreed.
I'm glad it won.
I'm stoked I own a figure that won it.
We need to make commemorative plaques. Everyone that has this figure can get one.
Oh, dude, yeah, you should make one. I can put it on my display.
The slam dunk figure of the year. Ooh, that actually ties in with March Madness.
I'm really glad I won because the Darth Maul won figure of the year on Christmas or back in December, and then 2, this figure, like Mario said, there's so many different display options. It's like I don't understand how Darth Maul could compete, and I guess I was right. So.
Well, good for us for finally finishing this fucking tournament. I'm never doing this again, probably.
Hello?
It was too much work for not a lot of
It was appreciated.
Manny, can you hear Mario now?
Hi, Manny.
Hey, there you go. I can hear you. You're a funny dude. You're a hilarious guy.
It sounds like has taken away.
Dean, I know we had.
Wait, now I can't hear Dean. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I was like, God damn it. I know we have to watch Akira next week. We wanted to push that because I think I had a little bit of a communication error.
Yeah.
But for our retro review, why not talk about the hottest TV show on the internet at the moment? We did film a second half of this episode. So in the second half of this episode, we talk about Tiger King with Ian and Pete, but we'll also talk about it here with this esteemed panel of hosts.
Yeah,
Manny, you've seen, I think, the first episode, right?
I saw it all. I finished it.
Okay, what'd you think about it?
I mean, it's good TV, but I mean, I'm not hating. I would never want a figure from it, but it was entertaining to see those types of, to see that type of, how do I say it? Those type of people exist in the world, so interesting. Again, interesting TV, but I mean, I have no desire for a figure.
Steven, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. It was a very
I can't
interesting
hear that
dynamic
guy.
to watch on TV, but he threw me off.
Are y'all
Yeah, it
punking
was
me?
no.
You can't hear Steven?
No.
Oh my god, just
Go ahead.
It's pretty good. Shauna really enjoyed it. She watched it through. I was doing a lot of stuff for her work while she was watching it, so I missed a lot of pieces of it. But it was comedy. It was pretty funny.
dude.
And,
I
Carol,
don't agree with him there.
Oh my god, the show was, I mean, every 5 minutes it was like, what? They did what and why? And then it looks like there's no rhyme or reason to anything happening. Like, you never know who's telling the truth at any given minute. And it's like, what is going on?
The person that I did believe is Meth Mouth or Skittle Mouth, whatever his name is.
Rockmouth.
Which one's he?
Rock
The husband. The one with no teeth.
Oh, his
Batista. Batista with AIDS. I'm sorry.
Oh
if
my
anyone's offended.
God.
I'm sorry. You might need to cut that out.
Wow. I can't believe you said that. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Dude.
Oh, Mario, what do you think about it?
We're back in.
No, I agree with what Dean said. I only got as far as I think the middle of the 4th episode, and I was done with it. I couldn't get into it. It was just, I think it was too much. It was too little unbelievable. You really didn't know who was telling the truth. It kind of reminded me. Have you guys seen Kidnapped in Plain Sight?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the characters from that, just a little bit, just because it was so far out there, and I was like, eh. And plus, too,
it almost feels made up.
It does,
dude. Me and Mario have the same views on a lot of things. I like that guy.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
we should connect.
Now that you can actually hear him,
Yeah.
it's like
Right?
I know.
I know when you couldn't hear him, you're like, I can't believe you said that.
If you guys get a chance, check out Kidnapped in Plain Sight. It is so ridiculously over the top and unbelievable. You would not believe that these kind of people exist out there. It's just crazy.
Is it a true story?
I believe it is. I don't believe it, but
Oh shit!
I'm sure it's based off a true event somehow. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But check it out.
I like that word, absolutely.
Iron Geek says we're teasing him with the Whataburger cup.
Oh,
I was just reading that.
I had that for Dan.
I thought it was a good show. I liked it. Like you said, Dean and Manny, it's hard to believe that these people really exist.
They're out there right now in the world.
I know it's Dave.
We need a shirt that says that.
Wow.
No, never mind.
Yeah, but I like it. I'm working on a figure, and this is good bit of entertainment in these tough times.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think if we were in just a regular old day, I wouldn't give a damn about this. But because there's nothing fucking better to do, I can watch these fucking meth head Tiger King owner guys fuck around. And
it's like there's literally a captive audience. They have nowhere to go.
That's why it's so popular. How many episodes is the show? Is it 8?
7 with the releasing of the 8th episode next week, I think.
Okay. Should I continue to plow through it, or
just put the last few episodes? Go ahead.
I work from home. I work from home, so I just had it in the background and I was listening, and then I heard Meth Mouth, and I had to turn. I almost broke my neck because I was like, "What?" And I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, right there. Coronavirus.
We go much more in depth with Ian and Pete, so I'll just save that for.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for this show. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Battle Gear Toys. I am working on a secret project, and I needed a set of T1000 motorcycle boots, and I may still need them, but I looked far and wide again, with China not being an option for shipping, one of the people in OSR BST linked me to Battle Gear Toys, and this company makes their own 1/6 uniforms and accessories for military, for historical military, current military, and they make some fantastic leather goods. And one of the ones that they had was a motorcycle police set of boots, and this works perfectly for what I needed for my custom. And the price was pretty reasonable compared to other just generic offerings. But yeah, these people make their own stuff. It's all leather, and check them out on the internet. I called them because there's what?
Is it real leather?
That's what the guy said.
Wow.
I mean, even if they're leather, the price is, it's not like I paid a crazy amount for these. It's like $25 for these. And what was really cool is when I went to their website, this set of boots here was listed as sold out. And I was like, new stock coming soon. And so I called them and I asked, is this something that's going to be out of stock for a while, or, will it be in stock soon?
Them?
Of course.
I mean, I had nothing fucking better to do. And the guy was like, well, I do have one set left that I haven't listed on the website. He's like, if you want it, I'll sell it to you and you can just buy it right now. Did it. Great guy. Very good customer service. So definitely check them out. Battle Gear Toys. They make some really, like, if you're looking for any type of leather goods for your kit mashes, I know I've used many an officer pair of boots from Hot Toys that, to buy them from an officer figure are like $50. You can get pretty much the exact same quality boots for $25 from this company. And
dude,
from what I've heard, they're really nice.
I'm looking for the green combat boots, the jungle boots for my Myers. So I probably have to check their website.
Check them out, dude. I was super impressed, honestly. And nice. I'm hoping that these will work. The guy was out of the office, so he couldn't tell me how tall these boots were, but looking at some pictures, I think they'll be fine. But I'm just so excited that I was able to track this down and, not have to pay an arm and a leg for a set of boots. So big shout out to Battle Gear Toys. And Dean, we had our first real Dungeons and Dragons episode last Sunday.
Yeah, holy
and
shit.
It went fucking wild. Dean's character almost died, like actually legit almost died. Twice, yeah. And I had to save him both times. And it was about a 4-hour stream. We have it up on our audio feed and on our YouTube. Check it out if you like Dungeons and Dragons. It was a really fun stream, and I definitely want to have some Ox characters maybe playing NPCs in the future. I think that could be a really fun way to inject a little bit of fun into the stream. So definitely check that out. We have our full network of shows, Only Fools and Collecting, Ian and Pete, Wookiee of the Year, Mac and Zack. I like the way that came off. It's very smooth. Dylan, Damien from Small Talk, and then Manny, I think you said next week maybe Creeps might be recording a new episode.
Yeah, sorry, dude. I've been working 60 hours, so the last thing I want to do is look at my screen. But I promise I did not give up on the idea, so just hang in there.
No one is saying that, but I'm excited. The first episode, I listened to it. I was doing whenever we get an edited episode, I'll usually just kind of go through it real quick just to make sure the audio file sounds good. And it was like 2 a.m, and I was so creeped out because my house was real dark, and I was every looking over my shoulder, and it was exactly. I was very frightened to be in that house.
Hey, they just put up the Hyperreal, Luke.
The Bespin one?
Don't sleep on Hyperreal.
Dude, Hyperreal is dope. Do you guys have any shout outs you want to give? I'll start with you, Raynor.
I want to shout out Watto Scrapyard, Sean Fear, hell of a guy. He's working on several projects with me currently. Some of them secret, some of them not. We'll keep you posted on that.
All right.
It looks like his outfit is the gummy material.
Interesting.
I'm going to take this opportunity to I want to double down on Watto Scrapyard. It was a really nice experience working with him. He's a real professional guy, and also what he did for that hospital was really, really nice of him to do something like that for these hard times that everybody's going through.
Stand-up guy.
Big shout out to him for making those hospital masks because, like you said, there's a lot of doctors getting sick, a lot of nurses getting sick, and he he does run his printers like 24/7, and for him to dedicate, many hours of printing to a cause like that is very much appreciated in the medical field. And he offered to make me a mask. I'm in the home health care, and so I'm around my patients, and I was very appreciative of that because I need to work. I need to stay healthy for my kid. And his masks were, I mean, they looked professional. Like it was a clear shield and everything. I was very impressed. So big shout out to Ian's company, Darkside Customs in the United Kingdom. He painted like 10 head sculpts for us here in the US, and they all came out, each one was better than the last.
Oh, I want to shout out him too for his work he did on mine.
Yeah, and then also big shout out to 6 Kilo Scavengers. They've pushed us. Obviously, we're on our 100th episode. They pushed us to be better. We're on very friendly terms with them, and anytime they have a new innovation or anything, it's always like a little bit of a friendly arms race to continue to push ourselves to be as good as each other and to be the best shows that we can be. So big shout out to Brian, Chris, and TC. I don't know what Dean's doing over there, but it's very distracting. Definitely big shout out to them. And,
they're good guys.
Especially the new Rogue 16 channel, Matt and Steve. They also contribute to this. We also have PJ the Paradox Nerd with his show, and then also King Zachary has his Minty Soapbox Media that also pushes us to do better. So do any of you guys have any other shout outs you wanted to give? I'll leave it open.
Big shout out to Meth Mouth. Love that guy.
Big shout out to Manny's Theo Pete.
Big shout out to
dude, Theo Pete.
Big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to you guys, man, for 100 episodes, man. Congratulations again.
Yeah,
let's all shout out Collecting Weekly.
Yeah,
100 weeks in a row.
100 weeks in a row.
You did it.
And that's the last show that we're ever going to have, because all I wanted to do was say I had 100 shows. I'm just kidding. But yeah, big shout out to everyone in the chat, everyone watching, everyone supporting us. And enjoy this little bit of content that we recorded with Ian and Pete, which should start playing now. Good show, guys.
Yeah.
Yo,
Thanks for you guys being here.
When you edit my Batista comment, can you just like censor it with like a beep? I want to sound cool.
If you really want me to, I can.
Yeah, do it.
I say leave it as AIDS.
I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was a slam dunk.
I mean, if you want to leave it, go ahead.
Dude, that's what
he looks.
I gotta have to listen to that episode and listen for slam dunk.
You need to make the logo
with the Hot Toys Drax, all skinny.
Make a silhouette of Dean doing the Jordan pose for the slam dunk.
Dude. All right, did anyone hear that? A silhouette of Dean doing the slam dunk and the Jordan pose.
Dude, I could do that.
Dude, Manny, can you do that?
Just the same thing, but add a panza.
Yeah.
I need you
with his
hair flowing.
In the nude.
A little nub in the front.
A giant sensor hanging down his leg.
At the bottom.
Manny, if you wouldn't mind that.
I like how Steven said a giant sensor and y'all motherfucker said a nub. Fuck you.
Dean, you rocking that Schmeat or what?
I know who loves me.
Schmeat?
Schmeat?
Great show, guys.
Y'all mentioned his
Schmeaty.
Mario, thank you for coming on. Steve,
thanks for having me, man. It was fun.
Tech issues aside, I think we had a good 100th show.
It was great.
Sorry,
Congrats.
Sorry, I had to be on my phone. I couldn't be on my laptop because my eyeballs were gonna pop out, and I didn't have power.
Well, yeah, that too. That's probably the bigger thing. Look at that. These boots look like they're gonna fit perfectly the height.
What are you allowed to say it? What are you working on?
The Rocketeer.
Oh,
we're still live, huh, Brian?
I don't care if we're still live. No one's listening. No one's watching the show.
Well, you said a secret project a minute ago.
Yeah, but no one's gonna watch this far into the YouTube video.
Except all the people still here.
Oh, fuck. Good show, guys. If anyone's in the chat wants to ask us any questions, whatever, we're just gonna dig around here for a minute.
Yeah, I'm not hanging out. Me and Kid.
And then anyone, if y'all want to leave, y'all are free to dip.
Dippity doo, Kevin.
For the
For the what?
For the cult classic movies, y'all should watch Trick or Treat.
Dude, I want to watch it.
Dude, it's so good.
I've always wanted to watch that movie.
$2 DTD.
Dude, GTD is amazing.
It really is.
Hey, Dean, Sean has a question for you.
He does?
He said,
Yeah.
did Dean say his project yet? What, y'all can see this
No.
bar here?
I haven't.
Raynor, you can see the chat bar?
Yes, I am just over on live comments.
Oh,
I got the
didn't know that y'all
project
could
back.
see that.
Sean, I got the project back, but I haven't talked about it because I still don't have a body or outfit yet.
Slacking.
Well, the outfit I want's like $100, and I don't have the money for it.
Start your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So if
fan.
this
OnlyFans and collecting.
if this guy doesn't ship
Ooh.
this head sculpt here in the next couple of
Dude.
days,
Dean, that's a great OnlyFans name. Do that.
if this guy don't ship this head sculpt in the next couple of days, I'm gonna probably just commission Mr. Sean here to make it. At this
Dude,
point,
Sean, we need a Clifford Secord head sculpt.
Dude,
I might have to get with
you
Seth, see if we can commission that.
Who?
You know what would be amazing?
A DJ Manning head sculpt.
Who's Clifford Secord?
No, that would
Secord
be
is
cool,
the Rocketeer.
Oh yeah.
I want one of those respirator masks that Batman wears in Suicide Squad.
Huh?
Just to wear it and go to HB.
dude, I have an actual gas mask you can borrow if you want to live that dream.
Nice.
He's got a gas mask and nocturnal glasses.
So yeah, I have night vision goggles and I have a gas mask. The gas mask is actually a military grade one, though. It was actually given to my dad after his deployment.
After
Nice.
motherfucker during the deployment. I'd be like,
Well,
what
no,
the fuck?
he was in his deployment. They were using it for training purposes, and they were going
I'm
to
just
throw it
messing with
away.
you.
And it's like, oh, well, just here, let me take this and give it to my son.
Dude, Manny, can we really make that logo though?
Yeah, I can work on something.
Dude, that sounds.
Dude, I'd
incredible,
buy
I
that
think.
shirt.
I'd buy that shirt.
And what's it gonna say? I don't remember.
That's
Slam
a slam dunk.
Dude, I'm gonna work on something tonight.
I think
Just
it's a slam
collected it.
dunk. Ooh. Just Dean it.
Oh,
Hey, Sean, who was that? Who is that directed to?
Cliff Secord is the pilot from Rocketeer. I'll look him up real quick. It's Billy Campbell.
yo, I need a haircut.
He's talking
Oh,
to
you had a
you, right?
haircut.
Like 2 months ago.
Dude, I seriously need a haircut too. Look at this.
Had to
Getting
cut my
hippie over
own.
here.
Nippy? Oh, hippie.
Oh, you were talking to me, Sean?
Yep. Anyways, guys,
I'll PM you here in a little bit after the show. We'll
time to
talk
hop off
about it.
stream. But again, thank you guys for joining us, for watching. Thanks for coming on the show. Manny, you look good. I feel like I need to shave. Manny, shave. I feel like I want to shave now.
Someone screen
Yeah,
grab
I'm
me
gonna-
a can.
I'm gonna rock a shaved look for a while, and then when I don't shave, it's gonna be big. Hopefully.
You should go full beard, like your. Does your dad have a beard? He did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he has a crazy beard.
Dude, your dad was so funny.
He is
Your
pretty.
dad's
funny.
wild.
All right, fellas. Well, y'all take care.
All right.
Clean the B8.
Bye.
Live long and prosper.
Yuck.